Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got the guys from King Europe here, and behind us is the Scram 90, known as flat out white. And what we're doing today is, what should I say, is these guys are doing, and I'm assisting, is we're measuring, because we want to fit 2.5 King shocks to this car. Mauro wants the best of the best, so I got all of the best. So what are you going to give us?
So basically we're trying to develop shocks for this car in a 2.5 cylinder and a remote reservoir on the front and on the rear in a piggyback, and trying to gain the most travel as possible and changing the upper mounting point from a pin top to a uniball bearing, which is in our opinion a lot better for performance and the movement of the shock as well. We're going to try and do the same on the bottom, probably offer both options with a pin top and a uniball bearing too, and making or manufacturing similar parts to this one here so we can hold the uniball, or in case we take that one out and we can use the pin top bushing at the very bottom. And what else?
Yeah, so what are you thinking, like a remote reservoir?
Yeah, remote reservoirs is probably the best option. When we have a remote reservoir, we've got more oil capacity inside of the shock. This means we cool down the shock easier.
For sure.
Main parts of the shocks are designed for cooling: the cylinder, the shaft, the reservoir, even the hoses. Yeah. But obviously the amount of oil we have inside there is going to allow it to cool a lot better. So this means we're going to have a bigger dimension inside, a lot more cooling capacity.
Cool. Just because you're driving fast, I'm about 5. Those holes there.
I mean, it is just me, really.
What are the other options, mate? So what we've got here, this is our 400 horsepower spec M57, coupled to an 8 HP70, so an 8-speed BMW automatic box. This is by far the best automatic we've ever built in a Defender, and the customer's collecting today, and I think he's more than happy with it.
And sport mode is where?
I'll show you that in a minute.
I won't do that.
Getting excited now, come on. Just get used to your brakes and stuff as well, they're going to be a lot sharper than they once were. So if you go across, right,
yeah,
that's in sport mode now. So if you put your foot down now, you'll feel how much more responsive it is. You've got a free run.
We're going to be doing that again, Dave.
See it pull it?
Yes. This is how they should be, isn't it?
Matt sent me this Defender, God, I think it was about 2 and a bit months ago. And he said, Dave, he said, I want a chassis renovation. I want a stage 2. I want loads of stainless steel goodies. I want your headlight surrounds. So we attacked it. So we've given him our Mahker grille, Mahker aesthetics light surrounds, truck lights, new LEDs. And of course, we've made his chassis immaculate. And I best mention these snow cals. These are from ORE, Oak Ridge Engineering. These are made from aluminium, formed, and then powder coated in his really nice powder coat that is exceptionally good and doesn't corrode. Because if it does corrode, Chris will know about it. Anyway, on the side, we've got our stainless steel heavy duty side steps. Sorry that they're dusty. We've got our side rails. These are our heavy duty 6mm reinforced side protection side rails. We've gone with our billet hinges, billet handles. We reached out to Optimil to give us some light up puddle lights, gloss black mirror arms and heads. And these are Coastline 18-inch wheels. We absolutely love this setup. It works perfectly and looks aesthetically perfect in my opinion. Hopefully one day he's going to come back for an M57. How cool is that? Ta-da! Right, so Project Cagney. We are literally, I want to say 10% left to finish on Cagney, but the customer keeps sending me bits to add to it. So it would have been finished, but it's not finished. Anyway, so what we added this week is a diesel heater. This diesel heater must have took Darren about 2.5 days to fit because nothing is straightforward. The Chinese instructions were about as much use as looking at that steel ramp. But he's managed to do it, he's got it all working. We're literally just fabricating some steel pipework because I dislike the horrible flexy crap that comes in the box. So, as in true Mahker style, we've improved it and made it better and made it functional. And this is going to make this ragtop probably steam with heat. It's that good. So, great choice for buying that, Mr. Customer. Right, what else have we done on Cagney? Right, in here is a beautiful leather console. Ruskin helped me out on that last minute because I currently haven't got an upholsterer. So they've trimmed that for me in a beautiful chocolate leather and it's unfinished yet. It just needs finishing up and trimming out. Anthony from Rides and Vibes came the other day and fitted the Alpine head unit. In here we've got a full Audison sound system. We've got a sub concealed in the seat box down there and that is an 8-inch sub. This thing's got a bit of punch. We've gone with a full right off-road sound deadening kit, the rubber mats, etc. And what else have we been up to? Just all the little niggles and snags really, guys, but it's been a busy week. What else have we been doing? Come around here. And what we did on Wednesday, we had Glenn from GKR Tuning. He came out here and did the final setup on this engine. We've had a nightmare with injectors. So we used to buy injectors that were called Bosch reconditioned because we use an injector called the 219, and the 219 is from the 335D, which bangs lots of fuel and clean fuel into our M57 3 litre. Anyway, I'm not going to say the company that builds us these injectors, but you know what? I've had it from the back teeth with them. This week, I've had 5 cars in this workshop. Every single injector has been changed in every single car because when I fire them up, they're chuffing like jump, 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 jump. It's really annoyed me. Like massively annoyed me to the point where I wanted to stick one of them injectors, you know, right there. Anyway, so I called said company and I said, send me 5 brand new sets of injectors out. Brand new. I don't want this crap that you're putting through your machines and you're telling me that, oh, it meets a Bosch schedule, so it's perfect. That is bull, right, in my opinion, guys. And I will argue until I'm blue in the face because we put a brand new set of injectors in Cagney the other day and guess what? Ran perfect. So what does that tell you?
No, he wants to do it in the fucking actual.
You hold it up. You don't fucking video us. we do all here. Whoa, Tom.
Whoa. Trip. Well, for starters, you're holding it the wrong way around.
Who's going to win at karting tomorrow?
Oh, silly question. This guy. Not him.
You can't take your say out on
Tom,
track.
you're not coming.
Oh,
Are you coming?
Spit some big flames.
No?
Yeah, bring the camera around.
No.
We'll
It seems to be my luck recently. So every car that we've had in for sandblasting underneath the chassis, underbody restoration, so they say, has grown legs, dramatically grown legs. So this vehicle, I wish I had the bearings to show you, but look at the end of this shaft. The end of this shaft is absolutely bone dry, metal on metal. Look, you can see that on the spline, see them reflecting? So that says to me that there's never ever been grease on that shaft, ever in its life. So shame on you, Land Rover, for letting this leave your factory in such poor state. But here it is, it's with us now and it's getting a new lease of life and we're going to check through everything. Tom's been on it this week, he's blasted everything, treated the chassis in tough coat. It's got our Bilstein 7005 shocks, galvanised radius arms, turrets, you name it, we've gone through it, guys. So the other items that I am going to do, because I want my customer to be safe, is a new set of bearings throughout. I'm also going to add a set of CV joints because they're absolutely knackered. I don't think there's been any oil in them swivels ever. If it has, it's diminished. New set of swivels because they were absolutely disgusting. Check out these photos. I've never seen them that bad. It's so important, guys, to maintain your vehicles. Even if, right, you just put in some swivel grease that costs about £6 a tube into each swivel once a year, guys. Do it on your drive, bring it to me, I'm more than happy to do it. We don't charge a great deal. Fill your axles full of oil. This is your drive chain, guys. So many people say, oh, my axle's clunking, it's worn out. It's because there's no grease, no lubricants between the steel faces. So that's my tip of the day, guys. Look after your axles, look after your transmission, and service your vehicles regularly. We don't just say it, guys, to make money. We say it because your vehicle needs it. You wouldn't take the blood out of your body and expect it to run properly. So make sure the engine, gearbox, axles, all has the right oil. So what you see here, this is the drivetrain for Lara 2. So for those of you that have seen my previous videos, we've already restored one Tomb Raider, and now we're restoring a second Tomb Raider. Looking forward to it. The body panels are in the paint shop right now. We've got the chassis outside. These are the axles and the power brake brakes. I just love them. I think they just look bling. They are super engineered. Look at the quality of these fixings. Everything is CAD plated. Hard anodized, it's just beautiful. So this car is going to go together in January. We've been really behind this year, so sorry to those customers that, your projects are taking a little longer than planned, but I've lost a couple of staff and it's just, people have been ill, things like that, the usual life issues, but we're doing our best to bust our balls and get these cars out the door, but doing it professionally and not cutting corners. So what we've got here, this is a 90 with probably the most powerful engine we've fitted to date. This is a 6.6 LX3, port injected, was direct port injected, but it's now port injected monster. So no replacement for displacement with this build. So full quad tips, big brakes, billet drive flanges. This car's had it all pretty much. So take a little walk around for it. And the most different thing of all is this under here. So that is an 8 HP70. Those of you that know about these boxes, I don't think I need to tell you anymore. They're probably the best gearbox known to man, and they just work. Of course, you've got full stainless steel system, 2-in-1 silencer, 3-inch tips into those gorgeous quad tips that Pete's made. Ready? Ready? Right guys, just to give you an idea of size, this is the rear prop shaft for Little Hilda up there. Little Hilda is almost a comical name because the only reason it's Little Hilda because it has a big Hilda variant that's in Australia and it's a big ass ram. So John has lots of toys. Very jealous of his toy collection. Not going to mention half his toy collection because I am envious. Anyway, this is a big old prop and it's going to run some big power to them big axles. So I went with the biggest possible spec, 2020 joints, big sliding joint, double sleeved to do the job. Right. John's company is called Always Look Twice. Check out that artwork. That is one of John's photographs. And I feel really honoured and grateful for John donated that to the workshop because he loves what we're doing for him. And we're never going to forget this build because it's going to go to places that no other vehicle has ever been to before. Right, and what have we been doing this week? So this week, we've full digitally scanned the roof because we're going to make a custom roof rack. We're going to design it in CAD, put all the items where we need to put them, put his crane on the rear, put his alu-cab boxes, put his drone box on the top, all these important things, lay them all out, including his solar panels, etc. There's lots to think about, so we don't want to manually do it. We want to do it on CAD so we can play about what works and what doesn't, and then hopefully send it over to John for approval, and we can go from there. So that's all the funny dust that you see on top of the lights up there. Oh, and we added those monstrous laser lights. Just how serious are those bits of kit? Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it a day. Thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And please stay tuned for the next episode because it's going to be awesome. See you later.